How do you say hog in French? Because that's what we're going to be moving on to right now. French hog watch. Porc, cochon. Le hog watch. Oui, oui. Montre de porc. Bring it on. Savary de cochon. It begins now.
National Rally's breakthrough moment has been decades in the making.
Vous me troublez, Madame Le Pen.
The old fascist party of Jean-Marie Le Pen, reinvented by his daughter. Reinvigorated by her TikTok protege Jordan Bardella.
Vive la France.
That handsome piece of shit.
We spent time on the ground with their candidates, trying to understand why the message resonates. If National Rally were in power, would this man have been allowed into France? Ask the question, is this a party born again or just back from the dead? Mr. Bardella, British television here. Who are you really and what do you stand for, sir?
Bonjour madame, vous voulez un petit tract pour les élections? Je suis candidat du Rassemblement National pour dimanche, pour le second tour.
Julien Limongi is 28, same as Bardella. The similarities don't end there. Immigrant background, polished, definitely on message, possibly in power. The far-right party has gone to its youth wing to field an army of mini Bardellas, part of the criteria, who looks good in their first suit.
En tout cas, vous pouvez compter sur moi.
Merci.
He's standing in a commuter belt constituency in Seine-et-Marne, east of Paris. A couple of big...
Dude, France is so fucking cooked with the Olympics, by the way. That's a totally separate point. They are so goddamn cooked. They have no idea what's coming for them. And it's not even like, there's obviously like the fears of terrorism as well on top of everything else. That's like a big deal right now in France. There's been a lot of like potentially Russian involvement in the country, but they're too busy worried about Muslims. But overall, I do not think that they are ready for the Olympics.
Towns, but mainly villages like Roubaix.
I want to fight for France.
Well, yeah, I wasn't talking about LeBron. I wasn't talking about Team USA. When I said they're not ready for it, they're not ready for the terrorism. I didn't mean like on the courts, okay?
So that's the idea for me. I want to fight for France. And when you want to fight for France, you want like a better life for people. You want less taxes. You want less immigrations because nobody voted here, you know, to get like hundreds of thousands of migrants every year.
It's hard to see how a place like this is adversely affected by immigration because I can't see any immigrants here.
Because it's a Tuesday morning, you know, it doesn't mean you have like immigrations everywhere on the streets.
But
it's not
when
what
do
I
all
say.
the immigrants come out then?
Like, I'm not saying that immigrants are like everywhere in the street. I'm just saying like people are affected by immigration, not only because there's immigration to the village, because they see what it provokes in France, like some insecurity, like some problems in the transport. We just say that the systems like is not working.
The left-wing candidate here tactically withdrew, part of a nationwide plan to block the far right. It means Limongi is in a two-way fight with the incumbent MP for Les Républicains, think Conservatives.
Bonjour madame. Ah, vous êtes partout?
Ben oui.
Bonjour, vous allez bien?
Is this the opposition?
Yes.
Oui, tout à fait.
Okay. The traditional right in France is in freefall, and there's another factor. People think they've tried everything else, so why not National Rally?
Après, voilà. Les gens...
Come on. Come on, just give it a shot. Give fascism a shot. Historically, that hasn't yielded like really bad results. Not that long ago, by the way. Just try it out. Just try it out. Come on. Come on. A little nudge. Come on, guys.
Se disent, on n'a jamais essayé les RN, donc pourquoi pas? Donc on va essayer.
If you're an educated, ambitious would-be politician, National Rally's dominance now also means opportunity. 20 years ago, if you had been running here, would you have been running for Le Républicain?
Maybe 20 years ago it would have been different because
I think French politicians of the Nationalist Party saying, what's the harm in giving nationalism a try? We have never done it before is akin to literal Holocaust revisionism, by the way. It should be treated as such because when you say that and you're a part of the Nationalist Party and you're saying, oh, we've never given it a try, you're literally doing Holocaust revisionism. You are. You have given it a try and it yielded what we are talking about. It's an abject lie to claim that like there wasn't an attempt.
I agree with Madame that National Rally was very different, but now it changed.
If you're a young, politically ambitious person, is National Rally the party that you would gravitate towards now? Do you know what I mean?
I guess so, but you know, I commit in politics not because I'm just ambitious, because I want to fight for France.
We move on to the next village, and as we do, news breaks that a National Rally candidate in Normandy has stood down after a picture emerged of her wearing Nazi memorabilia.
Oh, dude, bummer. How did that... Wait, how did that... Shit, dude, how did that happen? How? What? That's crazy. I'm so shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you. A shocking revelation.
Have you seen this, wearing a Luftwaffe hat?
Yeah, I saw that. We cannot accept that. It's a shame. And I heard that she...
Why is that a shame? Like, dude, nationalism is in the name. The thing I don't understand is that, like, the party has nationalism in the name. What is a shame is that it, you know, it got leaked, I guess. It's not a shame to wear the hat. It's a shame that it got leaked and it became a big political problem. I thought I was going to say it looks good on her.
She was dismissed.
Why do you think she did that?
I don't know. I don't have any context of this thing. I just show the pictures, but...
If you're a young person like you and you know there's that history, why do you still decide to join?
I think young people are smart enough when they get a membership, they meeting the others, they meeting like the political leaders. It's not what they see. I think nobody has to be worried about it. It doesn't reflect what we are, you know.
I know we're all being friends here and everything, and you're being the politician, so I get it. But if National Rally were in power, would this man have been allowed into France?
So this man is working in France, so he's on the territory, he's legally on the territory, so there is no problem, you know. We are against people arriving illegally on the territory, not working, so we think...
So just to be clear, Julian, you want this man to stay in France? Yeah? You want this man to stay in France, yeah?
Dude, Channel 4 so consistently. Channel 4 is carrying the torch for British journalism. I swear to God. What a this is an incredible piece of journalism to just literally straight up be like, look at this person and tell me right now you want him to be in this country is an insane thing to do. God damn, dude. He's like, that's crazy. That's awesome. He's just, it's funny because he's having such a hard time being like, of course, I love him. I love him being on French soil. He can't even say that. He's like, oh, well, he's a freedom of movement on the French soil, and you know, is okay. Like, I think it's fine. It's like, well, yeah, this moment was really funny too. Hold on.
Yeah.
So we think.
So just to be clear, Julian, you
yells,
want this
long live immigration. Look at his face. Look.
This man to stay in France. Yeah. You want this man to stay.
He says, "Vive la immigration!" He's like, he's like a vampire getting hit with sunlight. Okay. We
Stay in France, yeah.
Il me demande si je veux que vous restiez en France. Et je lui réponds oui. Vous travaillez, vous êtes sur le territoire.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Much of the party's past rhetoric, though, doesn't square with this. And that mismatch has people in this town confused about exactly what National Rally in power would actually mean for them. The fear, as the sign reads,
it's so funny to watch him squirm. Oh, that's awesome.
One train coming might hide another.
Paul O'Brien outside Paris. And if you need it, you can access a dubbed version of that report on our website shortly. But earlier I spoke to Daniel Obono, who's a Gabonese French...
Oh yeah, Macron is also a massive Islamophobe himself. He has like geared up. Friend of the show, Hugo de Crip, literally interviewed Macron. And in that interview, he proposed unimaginable. He had already proposed unimaginable shit. Like he wanted to ban not just like the hijab, but also what was it? There was another thing like something that is not even like relevant to Islam at all. The abaya. Yeah, exactly. It's not just the abaya. There was another thing. Hold on. Like Arabic clothing in general. He was like, why do you want to ban the abaya? Like that's just traditional clothing. Like what the It is not even just like about Islam. It's just a dress. This, by the way, is an abaya for those of you who don't know. Like it's not, no. The turban ban is one thing, right? The hijab ban and the hijab ban is already completely unacceptable, but he banned the abaya, which is just like a type of dress. Like what the are we doing? And he banned it, and Hugo Decrypt in his conversation was like, why are you banning the abaya? That's not even like Muslim garb. It's just a type of dress that people from the MENA region wear. And he basically was like, no, we have to ban it too because Arabs wear it. He is incredibly racist as well.
Politician from the far left France Unbowed party. I began by asking if she was surprised about the positive reaction to this young National Rally candidate that we just saw.
Well, I think overall the reaction I sensed and I knew from people around me was that people were stunned and afraid when we learned about how big their votes were nationally. But at the same time, I know that there's a lot of anger in this country against.
Yeah, oh yeah, he said for security reasons. Thank you. That was what I was looking for. He banned the abaya, which is not even like, which has nothing to do with Islam in general, because he banned it for security reasons. Unimaginable racism.
Macron, against his politics. And I think some of the people used this vote to say that.
But why would young voters, French voters of African or North African origin, even contemplate voting for the Rassemblement National, for the RN?
I would say it's not the majority of the voters.
Sure.
And some may actually believe in what they are supposedly standing for when they pretend to stand with the poor people, to stand with the workers. And I think we had for years now, decades, they've been building their little family business, as I call it, and their discourse has been.
Abaya is definitely Islamic. Abaya is Islamic. Abaya is definitely Islamic. You are associating everything from the MENA region with Islam. What the are you talking about? It kind of is. Muslims own that shit. No, it's ridiculous. Even if it was, that's besides the point. That's like still silly. But it's like, yeah, no, we need to ban hummus. It's Islamic. We need to ban algebra. It's Islamic. The number 0. It's not religious garb, dumbass. Muslims wear it, but it's not like religious garb. MENA is Middle East and North Africa.
Normalized, and that's, I think, part of their appeal now, because people think, oh, it's okay, whatever they say about migrants. Everybody's saying that, but there are still roots, historical roots, and also ideological roots with the party founded by Jean-Marie Le Pen. The ugly truth is that they're still a far right, and at their core.
Yeah, also, yeah, this also opens up the funny possibility once again of like, oh, turbans across the border are Islamic, which is why when I see a brown person wearing a turban, I immediately go, you're Muslim, and that needs to be banned immediately. Meanwhile, the dude is Sikh.
Or racist party.
But if they get into power, if they manage to form even a minority government next week, what's the reaction going to be from your party and the reaction of people on the streets of France?
Well, for now, we don't believe that's going to happen, because we are very focused on fighting against the far right and making sure that our candidates, we have over 300 candidates on the ballots, get elected. What we want to do is defeat the fascists.
I mean, are they really fascists? You know, the Rassemblement National, they may be far right, but are they fascists?
I do think that's their historical
but are they fascists
political...
today? You know, Jean-Marie Le Pen, you know, started the party.
Yes, I do think.
You know, with the former Nazi Waffen-SS officer, but the party's moved on since then, hasn't it? That's what they would say, and that's what many voters believe.
Yeah, I think when you look at what they've been, I mean, I've been elected in 2017.
I love her face when the guy goes, but do you think they're fascist? Are they really fascist though? She's like, yeah. Yeah, no, I do think that. Get your ass back on that place. Good girl. Don't look at me like that.
In 2022, and I've seen what they've been pushing at the National Assembly. They've been pushing the most neoliberal, antisocial policies, targeting Muslim people, targeting migrant people. Their policies and what they stand for is part of this far-right history and ideological framework that can be called fascist or neo-fascist, if you want to call it like. They rebranded themselves.
But for every voter who wants to be anti-fascist, as you call it, there's another voter who's determined to be anti-communist, and by that he means your party.
I know a lot of people have this idea of what we are because they've heard in the media that we will break the economy and we will put the world upside down. What we're saying that, first of all, the situation, the economic situation and the social situation we are in is the result of 7 years of neoliberal policy. The chaos is already there, the crisis is already there, and it's due to the neoliberal policies that have been implemented.
Janine Bonner, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That was great. Okay, let's get to the chaos and confusion. Here, I'll just mention this. Barry Weiss, who killed Refat al-Rayar by putting an assassination target on him in an active genocide zone, is crying hysterically because her favorite far-right Zionist fascist Le Pen was defeated. All the genocidal Zionists are out in the open now, admitting their fascism proudly. Caught between one monster and another, many French Jews chose the party willing to stand up against radical Islam. They lost. Moshe Sebag, a rabbi for the synagogue de la Victoire, tells the Times of Israel that it seems France has no future for Jews. He advises young French Jews to leave Israel. This is such a funny thing that like Zionist rabbis are doing, where they're like, hey guys, it's really scary out there. They're saying Israel's doing bad things, so you should go to Israel. Meanwhile, what is the Israeli government doing? Trying to open up a two-front war in Lebanon while also conducting a genocide in Gaza. If you are a Jewish person, do you think it is safer right now to live in the Western world where you are thousands of miles away from Israel, which is the most insane country on the planet currently as it stands, actively doing both a genocide and also trying to open up a new front with a significantly more powerful military in its north? What do you think is better? Like getting drafted to the IDF? What are we thinking, guys? What do you think is safer place for Jewish people? They literally are just like genuinely trying to they're trying to bring in a fresh round of conscripts. Oh my God. Israel expects far-right gains in European Parliament will improve its standing. Israeli minister praises France's far-right party president, breaking Israel's official boycott of national rally. Anyway,